Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here on such short notice. This place isn't bugged, is it?
Bugged? Wait, Jamie, what's going on?
It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah?
That's all I paid for it.
I think I need to get back to you on that.
Do you know what you want?
Yeah, I do now.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. Get the car or SUV you've always wanted, plus America's best warranty at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. The guilt is real, but so is the savings.
Listen, I don't want to get in your business, but if that's all she paid for it, I'll have what she's having.
It's a great day for a new Hyundai at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event going on now. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Palisade, Santa Fe, and Santa Fe hybrid models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from downtown Baton Rouge.
Let's ride!
Hour 3, off we go. Welcome aboard. Glad you're with us. It's AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. I'm Matt.
Love you, Matt.
Paul O'Neill.
They're chanting Paul O'Neill's name.
Yusuf. And Mr. Toby Tom Blake. All right, we're here. Glad you are as well. Get out there. Make it a good one. 5 o'clock. Quitting time. Glad you're driving home with us. And in 2 short days, we have NFL football on the heels of week 1 of the college football season wrapping up. Means it's a great time to visit with our buddy Sean Salisbury, who joins us every Tuesday during the football season. We're thrilled to be able to do this again. Sean, it's our pleasure, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, Matt. How are you, buddy?
Awesome.
You got me okay? Can you hear me clear?
Loud and clear, man. You got us?
Okay. Yep, sure do.
Perfect, man. Yeah, no, we're doing pretty awesome here, man. LSU wins a game the way that they did. First season opening win, as we know, since 2019. People are fired up. Let me start actually there. We'll get into some NFL week 1 in our next segment. But there's been so much praise for Garrett Nussmeier. Interestingly, Sean, the 232 yards he threw for on Saturday would have been his lowest total a season ago, yet it feels like it was a great performance by Garrett. What did you see?
The thing I was most impressed, and when you say this phrase, Matt, people get to the point where they say, oh, well, then he's not a playmaker. Well, I think we know that with the way he put up numbers. I think he just took his, and maybe this has become normal for LSU, like Burrow, even though it wasn't Brian Kelly the second year there as a starter, and Jaden Daniels the next year as a starter, and then now, Garrett Nussmeier this year as well. I just thought the management making throws when necessary, but not playing hero ball. I don't know of any quarterback going into the season. Now, we know there's talented ones that I trusted more and making good decisions than Nussmeier. He threw a couple to discern when to use it and when not to. And I thought, even though the passing completions were great, the simple plays, it reminded me of a game Drew Brees would.
Hey, hang on one second. Can you
making plays necessary?
Can you turn it down? Could you chat with him, please, just for a second? We're having trouble with breaking in and out there, and if we need to, we'll just go on the phone if we're having trouble with the internet connection. But please talk to Sean there. I don't want to miss that, especially if we're talking to Nuss. So just see what you could do there, and if we can get it worked out on a solid line connection there, and we'll do that. If not, we'll call him on the phone. Sean Salisbury is with us. We always appreciate having Sean on the show here on Tuesdays throughout football season. We will I want to get Sean. We'll finish up this conversation about Nussmeier in the next segment. I want to talk some NFL. NFL MVP odds are out. I want Sean's take on Burrow, on Jaden Daniels, and of course what the Saints are doing at quarterback with Spencer Rattler getting the start over Tyler Shuck, and if there's maybe an eventuality there with Tyler Shuck. So I want to get into all this conversation with Sean Salisbury. While we reconnect with Sean, I'll remind you about Evamore, EVAMOR, Evamore.com, Evamore.com. Drink Evamore. It is natural artesian water. It is a Louisiana product. It is Evamore. If they don't have Evamore at a local retailer near you, ask them why not. Make sure that they carry Evamore. If you want to find the great retailers, not only in Louisiana, but all over the country that carry Evamore, you can do so, Evamore.com. There's a find a store locator tab on the homepage, and you can find the retailer nearest you that has Evamore, or you can order it online. EVAMOR, Evamore.com. That's Evamore.com. Natural artesian water, a healthier alternative for you, for your family, for the performance athlete that needs a better form of hydration. That's Evamore. EVAMOR. Drink Evamore. Okay, are we calling him on the phone?
Yeah, I just tried. He didn't answer.
Okay. All right, so we're going to try to reconnect here with Sean. I'm sorry?
You want to do it on?
But I heard him. We can put him back up. Yeah. All right. All right, Sean.
You wanted to check this line.
I think we got you back. I think we're good. Cool. So we were.
Hello?
Yep, I got you. You got us? Okay. You talk to him. What? You're just pointing at me.
Talk now. Talk now to him. He should be able to hear you.
Sean,
now.
Can you hear us?
Oh, hello. Yeah, I've heard you.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Here we go. Got you back. Okay.
I heard you guys fine the whole time. This is where I do all my stuff from, so I don't know. My connection's fine.
It's the world of the web, man. It's all good. So I didn't want to interrupt you, but I wanted to make sure I was getting what you were saying about Garrett, and you were breaking in and out, and then I heard something about Drew Brees, so I wanted to get that soundbite. So would you mind just starting the Garrett takeover?
Yeah, I was in the reason I said Drew Brees, and I'm not comparing the two's careers, obviously,
sure.
But there's this ability that he had to, know when to make the throws that are necessary and to be accurate on throws that manage the game. When you say game manager, people look at it as a negative. I look at it in a handful of coordinators I've talked to and coaches across the league, because I've always been intrigued with it. The best players in the world are game managers to the fullest. They can make the throw, which Nussmeier, we see him fit it in tight windows, and he did that in this game. But also to be able to discern when you need to make those throws or not. Otherwise, make the simple play. I can take you to Arch Manning. Arch did not make the simple play in the game this week. Now, he's going to be fine, and I'm sure we'll get to that, but Nussmeier did. I went into this season, there was no quarterback when it came to just confidence and grasping what you're trying to get done, keeping you out of bad plays at the line of scrimmage, making sure you get to the right checks on a regular basis. There's nobody in the country you can trust more to do that than Nussmeier. It's obviously a coach's son, been well coached, but gets it. But the gaudy stats don't mean a hill of beans to me if you're not making the throws necessary to keep drives alive, keep the ball out of Cade Klubnik's hands. I thought it was one of his better games, and he's played a lot of them because it wasn't the stats that stuck out, the completion percentage. It was when he made the plays, how he made them, and how he kept them out of harm's way. And to me, game manager is an ultimate compliment. Peyton Manning, one of the best game managers ever. Brady, Breeze, look at them. Spectacular plays come when you learn how to make the simple play first. And I thought Nussmeier was as impressive as we saw in college football this weekend, and they needed it in a hostile environment. He looked like he was in complete control, and I'm not sure many would have in that environment for a first game in 2025, even though it's his second season doing this.
Now, you brought up Arch, and that's been a giant conversation as well. I know everyone's discussed it, but I'd love to hear your take as someone who not only played but trains quarterbacks and what we saw in the debut this season from Arch Manning at Ohio State.
Matt, I don't need to tell you this, that we are way too hyperbolic in all our stuff. I mean, the guy, we weren't going to put him in the Hall of Fame if he threw for 400, and we're sure as hell not going to bury him. He's going to be fine. Somebody asked me if you had $1,000 and you bet, over or under that he'd be closer to being a good player than not by the end of the year. I'll take the Manning that reputation and the talent the kid has. I thought there was a couple things, but he's also not above criticism. And you know my affinity for the family and for him. But one is, I thought mechanically he was awful in the game. His feet and the side. Listen, if you're Stafford, you get away with it. But you can see he'll make a spectacular throw. But talking about the stuff that Nussmeier did, Arch didn't make the simple stuff. And when you go back and watch, then I know 4 offensive linemen are new on the O-line, but he didn't make the stuff that you expect the great players. And I think he will as it goes forward. But the hostile environment, you still got to make them. And so while he did get him back in it, and they had a chance a bunch of times, at the midfield, they 4th down didn't get it, in the red zone a couple times, and on the final drive. But he missed throws, and you go back and look, arm slots in a clean pocket, dropping that arm slot, which the ball's all over. A little, it's not as accurate as you want to be. That's going to have to change a little bit, I think, to do it. And his feet, even more so, were in position. And I don't know if they were happy. They just weren't in position where he could have flipped his hips on the one to the right at the end that he threw behind the receiver. So it'll get better, and the Mannings know this, and Arch will go to work, and he would have gone to work even if they'd have won the game. But mechanically, with the upper body and where his arm slot was in clean pockets and the footwork to get himself in position to flip his hips and throw it accurately, we're not consistently there, whether it's nerves or what have you. So they should be talking about it. He's not above criticism, nor would he want to be. And I didn't think Sark had his best game. I thought they came out a little bit tentative early, and I get it. You're trying to get the feel of a coordinator that hasn't been in college football in 20 years in Matt Patricia, trying to figure out how to attack it. You saw him come out in the second half, and they started to get into more rhythm. Sark will change that because he's one of the best in the world at what he does. But when you combine a game that wasn't real efficient offensively, they didn't run it as often as I think they'd like to and as efficient as they want to. And then they put the game in his hands, and while he let him back into it, he missed some throws that one eye closed he's going to make normally. But the mechanics going to have to change. And I thought Sark had an average game for him, which we always expect him to have a high-profile, explosive game. Combine the two, hard to go on the road and beat the number 3 team in the country, who now I believe is number 1 in their building, even though they didn't play a great offensive game either.
San Jose State, UTEP, Sam Houston the next 3 weeks for Texas. I think there'll be a little get right over the next month. Before they head to
good time to get your mechanics right. No question about it. That's for sure.
Sean Salisbury is our guest. He's on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered, the host of the Sean Salisbury Show. Let's not get a quick break. Come back. I want to talk some NFL. The season kicks off on Thursday. I've got to talk about Burrow and Daniels and their NFL MVP opportunities. Certainly want Sean's opinion on what's going to happen in New Orleans with Spencer Rattler, Tyler Shuck, and the like, with Kellen Moore's debut on Sunday against Arizona. We'll dive into some NFL with Sean Salisbury next. It's AFR.
AFR.
Brought to you by the Watermark in the Renaissance. Watermark Downtown, Renaissance, Southtown. Watermark is Baton Rouge's premier hotel property. Voted by you the best hotel in the best of 225. Next month, they're celebrating their centennial for the building there, which was the old Louisiana National Bank building. They've now modernized it while maintaining so much of the historical significance of that building. For example, the bank vaults. You go down that marble staircase in the lobby. You go down that marble staircase. It's where all the bank vaults were. They've hollowed out those bank vaults and turned them into private dining or meeting rooms. You want to talk about a cool way to go have a birthday party, a board meeting of sorts. Awesome place to do it. Downtown, Watermark, Baton Rouge. They could also host your wedding reception, any type of party or event you have. It's Watermark, Baton Rouge. And we talk all the time about the Gregory, the exquisite dining right there in the lobby of Watermark, Baton Rouge. The great lobby bar, if you want to people watch and sightsee, you could do it downtown at Watermark, Baton Rouge.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
We do always appreciate our friends over at Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. You can always visit them at sunequip.com, sunequip.com. Sean Salisbury is with us, as he will be Tuesdays during football season. Excited to have this segment back each week during the football season. And the NFL season is going to kick off on Thursday. And, Sean, I was looking at updated preseason MVP odds. Joe Burrow is the biggest riser. He actually has already surpassed Josh Allen. So Lamar Jackson the favorite, as he should be. And Joe Burrow now the second betting favorite to win the MVP. What kind of season are you expecting from Burrow in Cincinnati this year?
Let me turn that. There you go. Now you don't have me. I don't have myself muted. Don't want dogs barking during the segment. Matty, I expect him to play great. I don't ever go in questioning. Now, for Joe to win the MVP, he's such a finisher, is a quick start in September. He reminds me of another LSU guy when he was here in Houston, although in Boston, changed Alex Bregman. Mm-hmm. Slow start, ends up putting up good numbers as the season rolls along and is always in that, in that talk. And I think if Joe comes out fast, I had to start a franchise for the next 5 years, I'm not sure he wouldn't be the guy I'd go with. Okay. I love his presence. I've told you the manipulation in the pocket. He is so good at managing that. They're going to score. They'll score from the damn parking lot. The question is, can they get stops on defense? But in the other side of that is he's going to put up gaudy numbers always. Receivers, they'll run it well enough and the ball comes out, and he's got such a great feel for coverage and pre-snap. I'm not worried about him. He should be an MVP candidate. The key is where they're going to go as a team in a very difficult division, an upgraded Pittsburgh Steeler offense, you would think. Cleveland's defense, who knows what's going to happen with their offense. But I expect Burrow, when the MVP's called, his name, Allen, the same dudes are going to be hanging around, and there may be Jaden Daniels may be one as well. But anytime you put Burrow up there, I don't think any of us should be shocked. He'll put up numbers, but the key for them is being able to get off the field so they don't have to score 40 every week. If they do, it'll look gaudy, but the numbers in the win-loss column won't be where they want. He's got to have a fast start. I fully expect him to have a monster year, and it won't be the last time that he'll be there. And I don't think one MVP will be enough for him. I think he's that good.
Foreshadowing there with Jaden. So the odds right now going into the season, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Jaden Daniels. Is he
special?
Is he worthy of that right now, Sean? Are we or is it reasonable to expect a sophomore slump?
I know they happen. Teams will play him different, but when you got his feet and his arm and his ability, that his just football IQ, I think there's some guys, I don't want to say immune to it, Matty, that are better at dealing with it. Stroud backed off a little bit last year from his rookie year, but the key, they couldn't block anybody. So the sophomore slump wasn't necessarily Stroud. The sophomore slump was all pre-snap penalties, 1st and 15, 2nd and 17. The offensive line was a detriment to Stroud. So it stepped back, but you still saw what he had, which in the collateral damages, then you start to do stuff that's not characteristic of your game, which Stroud did at times last year. I expect him to come back. I don't think that's the case. They upgraded their offensive line in Washington as long as Tunsil can stay in his stance and not put them in a 1st and 15 or 2nd and 20 position with penalties. But I think Jaden Daniels is different, and I think that's obvious. And I don't think that rookie year was by accident. He's gotten better since he showed up to LSU every year. He got better even last year, and he'll get better this year. So they'll play him different, but the great equalizer is those feet, Matty. He has got such special feet that you can utilize. And remember this, the reason the MVP odds, they're better. People have high expectations of him, and his offensive coordinator knows how to move the ball around. I don't expect a sophomore slump. Now, I don't know how gaudy the numbers will be, but we do this in the gambling world where a guy has it and we, boom, catapult him to a top 5. It's unfair to him, but I think he relishes the opportunity and the chance. I don't think the MVP is far away from him either, and I do not think that those odds that continue to move in his favor, he said top 6 or 7, I think that's fair, because I think you also we parlay the numbers out and say, okay, what's it going to look like another year with Cliff, another year? While they understand more about Jaden Daniels' defenses, he also understands more about the defenses he's going to face and how to attack them. So until somebody proves to me that this kid doesn't take another step every year, I'm riding with that. I would have had him if I was a betting man, and I would take him in my top 5 or 6 as MVP candidate, because they're going to put up numbers and they're better. The question is, can their offensive production at the perimeter help Terry McLaurin out and the rest of it? I don't think Jaden Daniels is going to take a step back this year. I think a step forward.
Sean Salisbury on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered, if you'll follow him there. Of course, Sports Talk 790 in Houston, and Unpaved on YouTube. If you're not subscribed, make sure you get there. It was my pleasure to join Sean last week. Make sure you subscribe there to get that content as well. Look, you and I last year at this time, we were talking about what we expect from Derek Carr. He's retired, and so the Saints have turned the page to an era that, Sean, think realistically many people are expecting much this year, but they're going to go Rattler over the rookie Tyler Shuck. I guess we'll start with, what do you think of the decision to go with Rattler over Shuck here week one?
I'm okay with the decision, Matty. I am, because I thought Shuck had, again, I've told you, his football IQ, and he played a lot of college football. I think he's going to be a good player. I do. But Rattler had been there. It's another year now. The great equalizers are both in a system with somebody new, a new head coach, new play caller, all that stuff, and a guy who gets it offensively. I expect him to play better this year. And Kellen Moore, but they're not a good team. They're just not. Yeah. Now, at least going in. I get why people think they're the worst team in the conference. The quarterback position's not stable enough yet, although the name of Rattler and some of the flashes of brilliance, Shook gives them a chance. I don't know how long the leash is going to be. I have zero issue with this happening. If Rattler holds it down, he fought off a good player. If he doesn't, then, that extra boost of energy. They got the two right guys for them, and I think they got the order right to start. But the leash is not going to be, we give you 12 or 15 games. If they're not going well, Shook is a good guy to be able to rely on, even though he's a rookie. I liked the pick, and I think he'll be a good player. But the question is, and I think they've upgraded the offensive and defensive fronts. I do. I think they'll be better there. And they've got, as a young quarterback still in the NFL, and both are young. They played a lot of college football. This is different. Pre-snap read, the way people move, the disguising. And they're going to have more trust in their offensive line, because I do think they upgraded. But all around, we know what Kamara can do. They've got names with the lobby and people on the perimeter, but you got to be able to protect it, which I think they will. So offensively, I think you're going to see some more stuff. And Kellen Moore's a brilliant play caller. He just is. But the other stuff, do they upgrade the defensive front enough? Can they quit giving up big plays on the back end, which has been a problem? So there's some things that New Orleans has got to get cleaned up, and I understand why the excitement may be more LSU than New Orleans, and rightfully so. But it's a building year, and a chance to see some players they need to see. And for veterans to elevate, they're going to have a few out-of-body experiences to get where they want to go. But if they were in a division that you said, put me in a division, at least gives me a chance, because there's no clear-cut dominant team, the NFC South is the one to be in if that's the case. But they got the quarterback thing right for now. Okay. I don't have a problem with it. 6 and 1/2 dozen the other, and the veteran gets the nod and the little trust, and he should. The question is, can he stave it off? And you know how it goes. If they're not winning, even if Rattler's playing fairly well, it always falls back to that guy and the head coach. So Tyler Shook will get some work this year. The question is how much, how often, and to what extent, and how soon. But I'm pulling for Rattler. He's been at the top of the mountaintop, and he went to high school, and when he first got to college, and then the humble pie hit. Now he's got a chance to rebuild his career, and here he is with an offensive coordinator who gets it. And I'm sure Jalen Hurts sings big praises for a guy like Kellen Moore. We've seen him in two, with the Cowboys and the Eagles, and now he's got a task on his hand to get this offense to elevation. I think it's going to be a fairly long season for the Saints. Yeah. I hope I'm wrong.
I don't think anyone here realistically is expecting anything. I've said over and over, it's lay the foundation for the future with this young talent. I am curious, Sean, because Tyler Shuck's 25. Look, they're a 6.5-point dog at home to Arizona this week, which is stunning. Like, you don't see touchdown spreads in the NFL. It happened 9 times last year. The Saints are a touchdown home dog to Arizona. This isn't Brady in 07. It's Kyler Murray in Arizona coming into your building, which kind of lays out. But I think they're going to start 0-4, and then they get the Patriots in New Orleans, which feels like a game they could get. If they start 0-4, is 4 games enough of a sample for Rattler to then say, all right, we're going to Tyler Shuck then?
No, it's not. But in this league it is, because you know how it goes, Matty. It just, in a normal old school situation, you play through it and you see. I guess the optics of how they got to 0-4, does that make sense? Will kind of determine if that leash becomes 6 weeks or 8 weeks. Is he a big reason they're not winning? Because if he plays well and they can't stop anybody, or he's playing well but he's getting knocked around because there's 2 injuries on the offensive line, which feels like they've upgraded, or if they're the rash, a rash of injuries, or where you get the Kamara who's not healthy and something happens, he misses 3 games. But if Rattler's the reason that they're not elevating, if he's holding them back with turnovers and poor decisions, bad clock management, then they'll make the decision. It may not take a month, So that's going to be incumbent upon him. If he's playing well and you're looking at saying, listen, it's not time, even though Tyler Shook's 25, and I really don't care about the age, Matty, it just means you're not going to get him as long for 15 years. You're trying to get what you can out of him and see. But I don't have a problem with the age. I mean, he's a veteran rookie is what he is because he's played a lot of football in college. But, yeah, that leash will be dependent on how is Spencer Rattler grasping what Kellen Moore's trying to do. If he's the reason, the leash, they will go and make the move and probably won't look back this year. If he's not the reason, just part of it, it's the other stuff, accumulation of it, he'll probably get a longer leash, but I don't think anybody other than maybe them in-house going in with some confidence, trying to be better, as you said, locally, but nationally also. There's not a whole lot of people that have hope. So I don't know, 4 wins, 6 wins, but I haven't seen a road dog, especially with a team that I still don't know who the Arizona Cardinals are.
Right.
And I don't think any of us do. Talk about a Dow Joneser, up and down. 1 minute Kyler plays and you're like, this guy's spectacular. Then for 2 straight games, you're like, who the hell is this guy? So it's weird and it's odd because those spreads just don't happen in the NFL. That being said, I think a lot of people question if the Saints can sustain winning this year, and rightfully so. But it is a chance for Kellen Moore to find out something about the guys he wants to move forward with and the guys you're going to have to leave behind. And the quarterback position going in is something you're still in search of, and they haven't found it just yet.
Do you have a Super Bowl pick?
I'm leaning Buffalo and Philly. I think that the Baltimore, it's time for that team and Lamar Jackson to prove he's not just a September to December guy, that he's a January guy. I think some sneaky teams in it. I think the Chargers are going to give the Chiefs a little bit of run out in the West. I think the Chiefs are still the class of it. And I think there's a couple teams in the NFC that can challenge. I'm anxious to see what Green Bay does. I don't think the Cowboys are a big threat. I think the Rams, and I don't know who the 49ers are this year. Every year we're high on them.
Yeah,
they're perimeter people. So I'm going with Philly to get back again. And I'm going to take Buffalo beating Baltimore in like the AFC Championship game. But it's both Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson have got to get to a point where they can validate their regular seasons with phenomenal performances in January. I'll take those two teams, Buffalo. And maybe it's emotional because of Buffalo and I'm ready for it. But I think Philly's still the class of the NFC until somebody proves me otherwise.
Chiefs have made 3 straight Super Bowls. Sean predicting that streak to snap this year. We're looking forward to talking about it all throughout the year. Hey, man, we always appreciate the time. He's on Twitter at Sean Unfiltered. Give him a follow. Sports Talk 790 there in Houston. If you have not subscribed yet, at Unpaved on Rumble. If you go to YouTube, at Unpaved on Rumble on YouTube, subscribe to Unpaved. Sean, we appreciate you as always, man. Look forward to next week.
Matty, thanks so much, brother. I appreciate you.
It's our pleasure. Sean Salisbury, good enough to hang out and give us some of his time each week. Just great insight. We're thrilled to have him back this year. It is After Further Review, brought to you by Parish Restoration, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Kill mold, remove odor. Actually had a phone conversation earlier today with Jim Woodworth, and he was telling me, we check in from time to time. He's telling me a story of a young couple. They're engaged. House that they rent presently. One of them they were both getting really sick. Doctor thought they had asthma. Turns out there's mold in the house. Well, they called Parish Restoration. Jim went in. They sprayed the patented non-toxic dry fog, got rid of the mold. House is clean, smells great, looks great, everything. It's that simple. Look, mold can be a health hazard. Of course it can be. If you have mold or think you might, you need to get that taken care of. Let Parish Restoration come take care of you. Jim Woodworth, it's a veteran-owned business. He's an Air Force veteran, served our country, helped post 9/11 with recovery in New York City, helped in this area in the region post BP oil spill, and now helping every day in homes and businesses by killing mold, removing odor, other harmful pathogens, sanitization. It's Parish Restoration. Get your free quote, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com, parishrestoration.com. Okay, it's After Further Review. We'll knock out a quick break. Come back. One thing amid Monday's show with all the celebration over LSU's win, and then, of course, the lunacy of Bama is burning. There's something very important that happened Saturday in the LSU-Clemson game that we did not get to, that I cannot let another day pass without touching on. We're going to do that next on AFR.
AFR.
Get Gordon and get done. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You've been injured in an accident. It's not your fault. Do what injured people in our state have done for 3 decades. Get Gordon and get it done. And get your billboard designs in now. The Get Gordon Billboard Design Competition, 3rd annual, is going on right now. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. You could win up to $2,000 in prizes. They'll make a donation to the charity of your choice and get to see your billboard all over town. So it's easy. Get your billboard design together. Get creative. If you want to learn more about all the rules and everything, the regulations, you can do that at the website. Go to getgordon.com/billboards. Getgordon.com/billboards for Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. Have some fun. Participate there with Gordon. Have some fun with the billboard design contest. And, of course, if you've been injured in an accident, get Gordon and get it done. Go to getgordon.com.
After further review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Well, she ain't in the cars or pickup trucks, but if it runs like a deer, man, her eyes light up. She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Rolling along here, Tuesday edition of AFR. Love seeing that big green John Deere tractor right there on the set every Tuesday. Painted green. Paulie, can you go to the big wide shot so everybody can see the beautiful green lights, how much green we have on the set here? Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Proud partner of LSU Athletics. Get you a Deere, y'all. By the way, tailgating season is upon us. They got generators. They got fans for your tailgate, all that stuff. Get by your local Sunshine John Deere dealer in Louisiana. Sunnyquip.com, sunnyquip.com. 2 weeks ago right here on this very show, we discussed a Clemson offensive lineman named Walker Parks. Walker Parks is a 6th-year player, so he had the COVID year, and then also had a redshirt year due to injury. So he's a 6th-year player this year. He's played in over 50 career collegiate games. Super experienced. Preseason, first-team All-ACC. In a game where we really highlighted the importance and significance of line of scrimmage play, Walker Parks, that storyline was significant. And 2 weeks ago, there was a report out of Clemson that Walker Parks was on crutches. And so when Dabo had post-practice media availability, you'll remember this, he was asked about Walker Parks. Give a listen.
Oh, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be good to go. He didn't go today. We held him today, but he'll be all right.
He'll be all right. 7 seconds. That's what. By the way, I want to remind you again. Listen, Dabo says the question is, Walker Parks. You don't hear the question there, but the reporter sheepishly asked Dabo, Walker Parks, is he? That was the question. Walker Parks, is he? And then Dabo says, listen to Dabo say, he'll be all right. And the reporter who asked the question parrots, Dabo, listen.
Oh, he'll be all right. He'll be all right.
Put it down. That's it. He'll be all right. That was a 16-minute press conference. Nobody asked a follow-up. Nobody said, is he injured? What is the injury? Is he on crutches? How much did he practice today? If he's not practicing, who's running behind him in his place? There's a lot of very natural, obvious follow-up questions. So I eviscerated the Clemson media who sat there next to Dabo Swinney and were scared a lot. I've almost cursed a couple times. Who would dare ask a follow-up to Dabo's weenie? And so I go off on the Clemson media. And you know what I started to get back? The Clemson media started clapping back at me on social media. Well, Dabo told us he's fine. There's nothing to do it. He said they're fine. Play it again. It was 2 weeks ago. Dabo, play it again.
Oh, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. He'll be good to go.
Good to go.
He didn't go today. We held him today, but he'll be all right.
He'll be all right. Check the participation chart for Clemson on Saturday against LSU? Is it right here? Guards. Harris Sewell, Colin Sadler, Elijah Thurman. No, Walker Parks, he didn't play. Bro, I have no time or tolerance in my life for fanboy media. You want to give opinions, have a podcast, a YouTube channel, God bless you, do it. If you are a credentialed member of the media who is given access by whatever organization to go ask questions and report on this team, then damn it, do your job. How in the world is there an offensive lineman with 50 career games played who's missing practice 2 weeks before the biggest opener in the country, and nobody in that media circuit can even ask the coach a follow-up question? You're just going to blindly believe when he goes, oh, he'll be all right. He'll be all right. You're just terrified to ask him, Coach, what's the injury? Is he on crutches? When do you expect him back at practice? Who's backing him up? Like, nobody has to follow up. And then when someone dares to challenge them, they clap back at me. Listen. I know the way that our media is set up in the country. I'm not doing it's in a political thing. There's checks and balances, and they always say, it's like the fourth branch is a free press. Your media should hold people accountable. That's the job, is to ask questions on your behalf. Hold people to a high standard. It's okay. That's so absurd. Can't ask nobody in that entire room bothered to ask that man a follow-up question about a starting offensive lineman who started 50 games and is out. He just said, I'll be all right. Nothing to it. Nobody has to follow up. Dude doesn't play in the game. Wonder if anybody's questioning Dabo today. Oh, because we should just blindly believe coaches are honest when they talk to us about injuries. To Brian Kelly's credit, he discloses injuries. I asked him today about Destin Hill. Broken hand. Had surgery yesterday. Got a plate in his hand. He's going to miss this week. We hope to have him back in some capacity with a cast on his hand on Tuesday. Or I'm sorry, in 2 weeks for Florida. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm just really glad I ain't got to worry about Clemson anymore. I don't have to listen to Dabo's weenie out here lying about injuries, taking shots at LSU in his press conference, his grading scale like you talked about today, being so petty, turning in A.J. Halsey on Wednesday of last week when he knew all offseason. He waits till to game week. I mean, you want to talk about people that are not what they present themselves to be, that are that disingenuous? Like, that's how he comes off to me. He might be a really good man, husband, father, all that stuff. He comes across as extremely disingenuous. I am very glad that I don't have to worry about Dabo's weenie and Clemson for the rest of this football season. Now, if they tangle again in the postseason, I hope it's an even more lopsided result. Anybody going to go after these Clemson media people for this? Or does nobody care? Maybe I'm the only one who cares. The people who should care are the fans of that team that have a yellow-bellied loser media corps that can't even ask the coach a follow-up. Just state media. That's all it is. State-run media. Just put out whatever they tell you to put out. It's pathetic. It's after further review. We're brought to you by Relief Windows. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank vinyl siding. They do it all. They do it better than anyone over at Relief Windows. Brandon Holly and the gang, they're awesome, man. I know I get a chance to talk about them every single day, but they mean it. Yes, they're going to sell you beautiful windows. They can sell you a beautiful entry door. Hardy plank vinyl siding, which will make your home safer, more energy efficient. That hardy plank and vinyl siding, by the way, it's fire resistant. So no one ever wants to think of this, but in the event of a fire, it's going to make your home safer. It's Relief Windows. Windows, door siding. Oh, yeah, they do shutters as well, but their number one product, as always, customer satisfaction. It's Relief Windows and reliefwindows.com. Go see them at the showroom on Airline Highway in Prairieville or check them out online at reliefwindows.com, reliefwindows.com. Windows door siding, they do shutters as well, reliefwindows.com. Okay, y'all, it's After Further Review. We're glad to have you hanging out with us here on this Tuesday edition of AFR. We are powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We'll knock out our final break of the show. When we come back, Jimmy will be here for Auto Locks. Don't you move. It's AFR.
AFR.
Thinking about building a pool? Duplessis Builders. Why? Because they're going to, first of all, build you a beautiful pool. But, Matt, there's a lot of people that build beautiful pools. See them on Instagram all the time. True. That's a fact. There's a lot of people that build beautiful pools, resort-style pools. Duplessis is one of them. But they're also going to build you a quality product, which not everybody can do. DuplessisBuilders.net. Duplessis, while the industry standard for a workmanship warranty is 1 year, at Duplessis, they offer a 10-year workmanship warranty. Why? Because you have an engineer building your pool. Derek Duplessis is a mechanical engineer with a minor in aerospace engineering. He doesn't cut corners. He's going to build you a beautiful product designed to last. And then you're also supporting the Tigers because Derek's done tons of NIL deals, most recently with Trey Green of the Tigers. Game-winning touchdown reception this past weekend. Supporting Duplessis, you're supporting the Tigers. DuplessisBuilders.net, DuplessisBuilders.net.
After Further Review, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on this Tuesday edition of AFR, powered by Sunshine, your hometown John Deere dealer in Louisiana. We got one thing left to do. Let's find out what we're betting on tonight. It's time for Auto Locks.
Auto Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Otter, how are you?
Doing good, man. How about you, buddy?
Doing awesome, man. Better than Bill Belichick is today.
Yeah, with another little lesson. Pays to shop. The first half under, fell 27. There were 26.5. There were 27s. There were 27.5. So there was two of those that fell right in the middle. And
that pick six, man, we looked like we were cruising for a rocking chair. The pick six bit us.
Yeah. I still got under, but yeah, that definitely, the 26.5. That was it.
Yeah, I was
right
at 26.5.
Yeah. But it was instead of a 27-10 week, it'd have been 25-12 if you shop or not. So 17 units to 13 units. Just saying, we love the Queen, DraftKings, we love Bet Rivers, but it pays to shop. So we're going to move on. Boston Red Sox. Crochet, the pride of Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
A bit.
We're laying 1.5 runs here at home. Let's give it a shot. Minus 120. He's been awesome. He's right on the heels of Scooble. Scooble last couple of outings, though. It looks like he's not giving up any ground. So we're going to take a shot and rate a rare run line lay on a home team. So we'll go with that. A's minus 115. They're playing well. Man, second best record in baseball since late July. I mean, how good is that? So they come at a good price. Michaelis has been a gas can. Even the Cardinals fans are ready to, help him pack. So A's minus 15 with Severino on the hill there. And then a little NL West 3-team money line parlay. Dodgers, Kershaw on the hill. His velo is down, but he's just getting people out left and right. You may have an update. I'm doing yard work right now.
The parlay pays out right now at plus 365.
Okay, so
the game is. I'm sorry, it's no score bottom of the first. The Pirates have 2 on with nobody out.
Okay, we're in trouble. Okay, we got to get out of trouble.
It's the bottom of the first. What you talking? We're fine.
Plus 365 is a big number. Is a big number there.
Yeah.
I'll give the Pirates quietly. They've won their last 4 series, so they are trending a little bit. But we could go Dodgers, Padres coming off a loss. And San Francisco, all of a sudden, after they pick up Devers, they really went into funk, but they are playing good baseball right now. They go to Colorado to take care of them tonight. I would bet them individually minus the run line as well.
All right, so we are looking at Red Sox on the run line, A's on the money line, and a 3-team money line parlay, Padres, Giants, Dodgers. When Otter gave it out, it was plus 256. Right now it's plus 365. Let's hope the Dodgers come through it. Let's hope the Dodgers. It was 365.
Yeah, it's a good number.
Yeah, let's hope the Dodgers get out of this first inning. Even if they don't, Otter, they're fine. It's the Dodgers against the Pirates. It'll be fine.
Just limit it to one. It'll be fine.
No, it'll be fine. They're going to get out of this with no runs allowed. It's going to be fine.
Okay, I'll like that.
Where are you tomorrow?
We're at Big Bomb Sushi Burrito Poke Ramen on Lee and Burbank, right next to Rouse's. Getting in playing shape for game week. Got to get feet right tomorrow.
Thank you for the time. Good luck.
All right, good luck.
We'll see you later. That's Jimmy Ott. It's After Further Review. We're glad you're hanging out with us here. If you missed anything, AFR On Demand presented by Brett Golf. We had Shea Dixon in hour one. You heard Sean Salisbury earlier this hour. We did talk about the Saints who have signed Jake Haener to the active roster and have also hired former Falcons GM Thomas Dimitrov as a consultant in the front office. I don't know what they're doing, man. We're going to get closer to the weekend, and we'll talk much more, obviously, about the Saints and the Cardinals as LSU gets a bit of a breather with Louisiana Tech. We talked with Brian Kelly earlier today. The other thing that I should have mentioned, I have this video. I got a minute. While I have this video is on my social media. So did you see where Brian Kelly would look like he got trucked by a ref? So he didn't actually get trucked by a ref. He was backing out of the ref's way and tripped over someone on the sideline. Had he made contact with the ref in any capacity, it would have been a 15-yard penalty. It's a new rule this year. So the whole explanation, it's up on my social media. If you want to see the video, it's there. Just at Matt Moscona on any of the social media. All right, Muse Pauly, thanks. Y'all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
After Further Review.
I am thrilled to tell you about a new partner here on AFR, Arco Power Systems. That's ARCCO, Arco Power Systems. Power stability is not a luxury. Power stability is the backbone of every operation. At Arco Power Systems, they are the premier Generac generator provider in the South. But what we are talking about here is industrial generators. We're not talking about residential. This isn't for your home. This is for businesses. And their microgrids provide independent power when traditional power grids might go out. A microgrid can immediately switch to backup generators and batteries. That microgrid control allows components to function as one seamlessly integrated power source. It allows you to monitor weather and utility prices and so many other things. Check them out. It's Arco Power Systems.